All right, everybody, welcome back to the Titans table for two in that two-tone blue. That's Andrew.
That's Christian.
I'm here to cover Week 17, the second to last game of the season for you guys. In some people's opinion, it couldn't have gone any better, but that depends on who you are and what you're looking for, I guess. We're going to talk about it here in a second.
Mhm.
All right, everybody, welcome back to this reaction edition of the Titans table for two on Week 17. First off, want to shout out CPN, Curtis Podcast Network, and all the other podcasts under that umbrella. Anything you like, they got pro wrestling, they got football, basketball. They're trying to get it all for you. But in particular, want to shout out Third and Teal for the Jaguars, the Unstable Podcast for the Colts, and This Real Texans Podcast. And then there's also this AFC South show, which Andrew will be on following this show as well. So if you want to continue and listen to that as well, you can check that out. And your boy's going to try and be on that one a little bit more this upcoming next season. So check those out in particular for us, man, and go give those guys some love. We're rivalries on the field, man, but we're friends behind the scenes on this thing, man. We're all colleagues and stuff, so we want to show them some love as well, and we appreciate them as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm one of those fans. I mentioned it in the intro there, really quick. I'm of the opinion like I couldn't be happier with how everything kind of went this week. Honestly, I'm one of those ones that was honest with you, and not that people who disagree with me are being dishonest, but I'll keep it real. I didn't really care about the W that much at this point in the season. I like as much value as we can get in that pick. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't be. We couldn't. This has been the theme the last few weeks, I guess. You couldn't be more happy with some of the rookies and their development and the things that are going on, especially with Cam and some of the offensive pieces. Um, some of those guys look good in a loss. I guess it was a good loss.
Quality loss for sure. Um, just to start off, I was going to go over our score predictions. You had 17-24 Titans, and I had
Hmm.
20-27 Titans. Both of them looked pretty good until the fourth quarter, really.
Yeah.
um, kind of a tale of two
Stop.
halves. You started seeing the defense. You're seeing that depleted secondary and the lack of an edge rush really
Hmm.
uh, take off there in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter for them. We just don't have anybody out there in the secondary. Definitely, corner is up there with wide receiver and edge as the biggest needs of this team
Hmm.
for sure. So I mean, and Tyler, like I said, Tyler Shuck is going to make the right reads. He did a really good job. I mean, 22 for 27. We got to him twice. One being Big Jeff. Shout out Jeff for double-digit sacks first season ever as a double-digit sacks. But yeah, I mean, I think it is kind of a tale of two halves with the play calling and stuff too. I think they kind
Hmm.
of got away from the run towards the second half, and then you've noticed like the run game has really helped Cam out these past few weeks. And I think at one point he might have been like 20 for 27 or something like that, and then
Hmm.
just kept like a lot of 11 personality, one tight end out there in shotgun, and I think the defense knew it was coming, and they really just got to put their ear back, and they did a good job of switching off in their zones. Um, so, uh, I can tell the two halves. I guess kind of felt like they were going back to the play calling earlier in the year where Tony wasn't getting enough touches. I mean, he had 18, but I think the majority of those came in the first half.
Yeah,
So,
that was one thing as well that Cam wasn't. I mean, Cam wasn't getting any support really early in the year with anything as far as blocking, running. But that was one of the bigger problems earlier in the year. We didn't really, it took Pollard had a little bit of a late start, and
he sure
the
came
running
on.
game is one of those things that he was kind of missing, man. You know what I mean? He wasn't having a lot of support in that aspect as well. That was just as big a problem, I think, as the blocking, and a lot of that lack of production in the run game was probably due to some of the issues on the offensive line and some of that synergy maybe not being there yet. Um, but
Sure.
you couldn't be happier with some of the stuff you're seeing from Cam. Chiga Okonkwo got a touchdown as well, and
That was a
and
crazy
Io
touchdown.
Manor, yeah, Io Manor, the Rook, got him a TD. So um,
Definitely, kind of an up and down game for Cam. I think he's making those throws more and more. We were like, holy God, like this guy is the guy kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was sacked 4 times still as well.
He definitely made some turnover-worthy throws that could have been interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
But he's extending the play. He has this thing where I feel like he definitely feels pressure when it's coming, but he doesn't always move the right way to get out of it, and that puts him in harm's way. And that's what happened on that Chase Young fumble, where he just kind of took it from him and took it back for a touchdown. If he rolled out of the pressure, but I think if he would have just stepped up, went left, he might have been fine. So he always seems to innately feel when it's coming, but he doesn't always work the pocket the right way. And
if we're being real too, this is what it's supposed to look like from a rookie quarterback. Everybody. Yeah, sure. I've said this before in the past. Fans' appetites are insatiable, especially more and more today. You remember those days when it would have been unheard of to start a rookie quarterback?
Oh yeah.
Unless it was number 1 overall pick, and you're just dead at quarterback. It was kind of unheard of. A lot of the rookies to be starting at quarterback, man. Now it's like people expect them to plug in and just have it down, and if they don't have it down immediately, they're a bust, man. Look at Caleb Williams, dude. People said the same thing about him, and he's had a pretty good. He actually had an okay season last year, and people were calling him a bust. If you look at his numbers.
I think it's because Jaden Daniels had such a good year, and Bo Nix had a pretty good year. And then the year before, Stroud had a really, really good year. I was going to say Stroud didn't help that, yeah. But Caleb, if you look at just the numbers, his completion percentage was down, but he had a decent year. If you it takes time, and I think Cam's handled it well. There's people that are always going to knock him, but if you take the first 4 weeks of Cam and the last 4 weeks of Cam, you can see the progression. You know what I mean? I think you should have a positive outlook. There's always going to be people that are out there hating, and I don't know if they expect him to come out and just be Tom Brady week 1, first year, but he's progressing. He's looking better. You can tell he's working on things. I think he had a down second half. He still made some really good throws, even though he had a down second half.
There's some real ones out there, though, man. Sunday before the game, I was at Aldi's grabbing a couple things that I wanted to grab for food before the game or whatever, and there was another one, and there was the light blue number 1 walking through the store, and that's not that. There was actually a guy at a Christmas party as well. Like a lot of guys that I talk to, man, they kind of understand, man. It's hard to kind of judge him with this season of all seasons. You know what I mean? It'd be different if things were a little more put together around here. But I think it's been a rocky road around here. So I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I think he's done well with what he's had.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you take a step back and look at it, I'm not saying you should think that Cam is absolutely 100% a franchise quarterback. He's going to be the guy. But I look at it more positive than negative. I think obviously he has things to work on, and like I said, I don't think he's 100% going to lead us to a Super Bowl, but I think you should have a positive outlook on him moving forward.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it really bothered me in the second half how they got away from Tony, because he's been running really well the last month, and
he had a solid game, and I was with you on that. I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, it's anything that's going to help a young quarterback. Hey, Devil Dog is in here. Devil Dog is a guy that comes into the AFC South show a lot. It's my guy.
Oh, nice.
He's a Texans fan, but we'll give him a pass. He's rooting for the Titans this weekend to beat the Jags. Shout out Devil Dog for coming in.
Yeah, as much as we'll get into that. As much as I want, you go ahead and finish your thought on Tony Pollard, but yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Tony, as much as it is the play calling, but yeah, Tony in the sense of he's been running well. The things that help a rookie quarterback is a run game, play calling, obviously protection, the protection has been really good. I don't think, out of those 4 sacks, I'm not sure how many you would put on the offensive line. I wouldn't put a lot of them, maybe 1.
No, that's why I brought him. Man, I brought him up in that vein, man. When we were talking about some of Cam's shortcomings. Yeah, that's why I brought it up. when we were talking about that. Like as far as some of Cam's things maybe needing to
Hold
clean
the
up a
ball
little
too
bit with the way
long
you hit
for
with the
sure.
pocket and holding it too long. Right, exactly.
It's one of those things where like he holds it too long, and you're like, hey, and I think he did a little bit better than that. Like even in the first half and the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Mhm.
But he does when he tries to escape, he
Is
will
it?
hold and
See,
big play
it's
hunt.
hard to it's hard to get on him sometimes though, right? Because you have that
Sometimes to make
play.
something crazy happen. Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to so like in a way it's like you take some of that bad with the good in a way. You know what I
I
mean?
think the goals maybe, and he's had some really good, but like a little less bad, a little more good. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think that's just going to come with time and with weapons. And I think even like players that you play together enough, you know where you need to go. Like you notice like the one game Restrepo play, he knew exactly where he needed to go
Hmm.
to make
Yeah,
a catch for Cam.
yeah.
And you can even see that one play where he's rolling to the right. And he's like pointing, like go, like I'm going to hit the middle of the field. I know exactly where I want to go. The defense is going
Hmm.
to shift this way. There's going to be a pocket right there,
Right.
And eventually he did hit it because David Martin Robinson he fell down, but then he got up and moved to the middle. And then a lot of that's just keep working together. I think it is a lot of play calling. You see those coordinators that know how to scheme guys open. Because I don't think like I love Chim and he's fast, but a lot of just getting open and getting separation is just route running.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
his
right.
is a factor, but like in and out of cuts, precise route running, and he's not that guy quite yet. I mean, obviously, I think him and Alec will both grow and get better, but you need that guy, like Jamar Chase, or I mean,
Right.
even like a DK Metcalf, like someone who's gonna
Yeah.
get open for you. You need like guys.
Well, I can say this, man, from experience this year with fantasy football, man. You got to have somebody to throw to those kind of guys, man. Because I've had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson on my fantasy football team all year, and it has been rough. I thought I was going to dog walk the league, and it has been rough, man.
Because when you got
So
JJ McCarthy and old man Flacco out there throwing the ball, so Flacco always comes
yeah, it
out
was rough for those
and
guys. So it's like it's both. It's like I always say that 'cause it's like you can have the good wide receiver, man. But you got to make sure that quarterback can get to him too. You know what I mean? I have faith in Cam for that. I didn't say that to
yeah, that's why I keep going back and forth on who we should draft in the first. I know it's early, and who knows? At this point, we don't even know exactly what position we're drafting. Right now, it's sitting at 4. But I keep going back and forth on Cardinal Tate, Ruben Bain, or man, shit, even Jeremiah Love wouldn't be bad if we traded back a little bit, to get just the playmaker at running back, So
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Carnell Tate, man. Honestly, if we're
love
gonna go wide
Cardinal Tate.
receiver, but I think we need an edge rusher, man. Like,
I do think the
I-
receivers are a little deeper than the edge in this class.
mhm. If we could get somebody
One
like
thing, are you just trying
like
to get
a
another
Ruben
guy? Or are you
Bain
trying to?
or what's that?
It's like the problem is, yeah, it's deeper. Like, could you get a Chris Bell or a Chris Basil in the second
I was gonna
round?
say if we could get like a Ruben Bain and then somehow like catch a Chris Brazel
I think
later. I don't know if he's gonna fall that far, but
I think he
that would
will.
be
I mean,
awesome.
you look at stuff now, he'll probably be there, but you never know what happens between now and then.
Yeah.
I
Or
believe
either
in.
a guy like even like I don't know, it just depends, man. It depends on like who falls to where. You never we all think we know where people are gonna go and stuff. And obviously there's those top tier guys we're all pretty sure about, but then some of those other wide receivers and stuff, after the first three or four, and then I just think edge rush is so important. I think we have to take one of the best edge rushers, man. I think
Yeah,
that's what has to be your priority. We have two wide receivers that are kind of shy, and we don't know what could happen with free agency and stuff. Like, man, I would love a guy like T. Higgins to show up here. Actually, did he restructure anything? I can't remember if there was any
he,
news on
he
any of that.
signed last year. The
Did he?
biggest
Okay,
biggest
that's
receiver
right.
going into free agency right now, I believe, is George Pickens. But
Oh
I
man,
think,
George Pickens has been phenomenal this year, man.
yeah,
That's another guy I had on my fantasy team, man, and he lit it up, dude.
I can't imagine that Jerry Jones lets him go. Your camera's not showing, by the way.
Oh, I
Um,
apologize. Yeah, I was looking at the box score. I'm sorry, guys.
no, you're good.
Uh,
Um, so let me see here. I'm gonna pull up all the receivers that are free agents. Because I mean, that's what you really don't know what the draft needs are until after free agency. Mike
Right.
Evans, he doesn't leave Tampa Bay, I don't think.
I'm not interested in a guy that late in his career either, man. I'm tired of that kind
Yeah.
of, you know.
There's Debo. He's obviously not the same player he
Yeah,
has
that's
been.
another guy I'm not into.
Jawan Jennings is a guy I like.
I like
Maybe
Jawan Jennings better
you
than both the guys you mentioned previously.
you still have to go get another guy in the draft early. He's not going to be your
Yeah.
number one, but he could be if you had Carnell Tate, Chris Brazel, or whatever, Jawan Jennings, Chim, and Ellick, you feel really good about it.
Mhm.
Let's see here. There's another guy that I was looking at that I thought, I could steal him from the Colts. Alec Pierce, that little white guy that
Mhm.
plays on the Colts. That boy's bad. I can't imagine the Colts let him go, and he's real young. He's only 25, so Alec Pierce would be huge. And then you have George Pickens, John Mechie. He's a restricted free agent. The Jets just traded for him, so I can't imagine they let him go. Wandale Robinson from the Giants is not a horrible look.
Yeah.
He's had some good games. So there's some names out there. I don't think there's a number one. I think
I
the
was gonna say
closest
none of those guys sound like that guy though, right? Like George Pickens, maybe.
George
I
Pickens
mean,
would
because
be
he's kind of on the rise, man. That guy is lighting it up.
George Pickens would be the one where you're like, hey, we don't have to go receiver till round
I'd be
4.
excited about that. I mean, he did a good job this year, like especially when CD Lamb was out. He was a good number one option, you know.
He is known. He
Well,
made a Pro Bowl. I mean, he is known as somebody who has kind of a attitude issue, but you know who somebody I would like to get, and we just saw him is cornerback Alontae Taylor, number 1 from the Saints.
yeah,
He
that'd
was
be great.
all over the field because corner's going to be in need too. But Alontae Taylor would be huge. He was all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, if we could secure something like that at corner, get a Reuben Bain in the draft, and then maybe another guy like Brazel later.
Mm-hmm.
You'd still want another guy at receiver, obviously. So maybe pick up one of those guys you mentioned at wide receiver, pick up Brazel in the draft, Reuben Bain, and then you also, I mean, in a perfect world, we land a cornerback like that, man. Titans are cooking.
I mean, going in the right direction for sure. We know
We are going in the right direction, man. I'm
Houston
happy about
love
all the
Amy
young
Adams.
guys, man.
We know the people in Houston love Amy Adams. They love the Adams family down there in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say until we get out of free agency, out of the draft. But it's been draft season here for a while. We've been bad all year, so I've been looking at
I'd say about week 6.
yeah, I've been doing mock drafts for a while. But
it's sad when you're looking forward to the draft by week 6 or 7, man. That's rough. That's 2 years in a row.
That defense is legit. Eventually, you're going to get to where you can't sign everybody. Eventually,
So I'm following Tankamania or Tankathon or whatever it is,
yeah.
and if the draft is today, the Titans are number 4.
They probably have us taking
Okay, that's me too. I think Reuben Bain's the guy.
At that
then
pick,
you hope for a good wide receiver late or something, maybe, or cornerback, depending on what's there. There's.
I bet they have us. They have us taking in the second. It's either corner or receiver. I bet in the second. Take-a-thon. Let's see here. Yeah, Jeremy Bernard from Alabama. I don't hate that. I do like Jeremy Bernard a lot.
Okay.
Let's see. Where does Chris Brazel go? I figured he'd be right around there. Is he falling? Then they have us taking a corner in the third, D'Angelo Pons. Don't hate that. Trying to see. I don't even see. Yeah, if KC Concepcion, the receiver from A&M, were to fall to the second, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
But the second round also might be a good spot to trade back for the Titans. Maybe they don't trade back in the first, but they did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's Texans have 2 second-round picks. You trade back for both of theirs. They wanted to move up. Let's see here. I'm trying to see who has multiple second. Or you could get the Chiefs, get a second and third out of them. I mean, I think I could see them moving down in the second, and maybe picking up another third or late second or something like this. Depends. I'm trying to, like I said, trying to see who all has.
Well, I'm going to trust I'm going to trust Borgonzi and these guys because you know what? This first draft right here has been really good,
You will
in
trade
my
with us and you
opinion.
like it, Devil Dog. We'll take next year's first for this year's second.
That's right. You take all the first for the next 3 years.
I just want to give a quick shout out to honestly this offense. You know, it looked bad in the second half of this game, and a lot of that was bad defensive play too. Like the defense looked horrible in the second half. But in the last month, we are top 7 in points per game. We have averaged 26.1 points per game.
Yeah.
You remember for
It's a
the last
little late, but
year,
we'll take it.
yeah, for sure. Like 2 years running, we couldn't get over 17. You know, we had our defense holding, especially last year, before all the trades and injuries. Our defense was holding people to, 21 points, 17 points, and
Mhm.
we couldn't win. We just couldn't score any points. Yeah, for sure. You never know, man. People are crazy out here. But yeah, I mean, you like what you saw. You like the young guys. Like I said, I think as much as you can feel good about this loss. Like I said, you said you wanted to lose, quality loss, and I said I would be okay with the quality loss, want them to win. Perfectly okay with how this game went. I don't
I'm
like
fine with the loss. Yeah.
if Cam Ward was throwing against our secondary, he'd throw for 300 yards too and 3 touchdowns,
Right.
like Shuck did. So I mean, it's easily the worst secondary in the league. I couldn't, other than
Hey, y'all
Amani
listen
Hooker.
close to what he just said there, Shadur Sanders fans. They say he should have gone over Cam Ward.
It's I couldn't name one person in the secondary starting right now other than Amani Hooker.
Right.
But on
Okay.
that
Sorry, I was
note,
having some issues with my screen there. All
no,
right.
right now. But
There
on
we go.
that note, we can get to our final bite on this dinner table. It's our final bite. What you got for us for a final bite? Let me go first.
I guess I'm gonna take it back a couple of weeks. It's something I wanted to say previously when we were having some issues getting on here and stuff. For all the Titans fans that kind of jump off ship so quick, there were there's actually fans out there that were saying that we needed to have a QB competition between Levis and Cam Ward this offseason to see who should start, and that's just crazy to me, especially considering. Look, man, I've tried to like be supportive of Levis and all that stuff, but like especially the way he kind of announced the surgery and stuff last year, which I don't blame him in a way, but like he don't want to be here. We don't really care to continue his time here. That's absurd to me, man, that people are even thinking that in their head. Um, so yeah, no, just knock it off, I guess is what I got to say. People that
Yeah,
were thinking that, saying that. So
for sure. My final bite is going to go to Chim DK for officially breaking the all-time NFL record since 1988, held by Tim Brown, most all-purpose yards by a rookie. He's
yeah, I hope that's a
absolutely,
great sign for things to come, man.
yeah.
For somebody like that, I hope he.
All right, somebody block this guy. Somebody block him.
I'll sign him as a backup.
Yeah, I'd love to have Philip Rivers back
I'll
up.
take him for the sound bites.
Yeah. Hey, freaking yak! Yak, freaking
Hey,
yak!
there once was a time before he was a Colt. I think that they were talking about him coming here. So
Yeah. It was Tom
there was a
Brady almost
time where I
came
thought he.
here,
Yeah,
and Peyton Manning almost came here, but
I
he
was
hasn't
more.
been
I
getting
was more. I believe the Philip Rivers rumors more so
well.
than the Tom Brady stuff. But yeah,
The rumor of the Tom Brady thing is, um, he wanted to come here, but they said they wanted to keep Ryan Tannehill instead, and they re-signed Tannehill.
Hmm.
That's the rumor.
Could you imagine Tom Brady with AJ Brown and Derrick
Could
Henry?
you remember that playoff run? That's where Tom Brady left. Next year, I get why you'd want to keep Tannehill. Tannehill was elite that season on that
Hmm.
playoff run. Not during the
But
playoffs. But
in those moments, though.
Yeah, because the playoffs were really Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry was great all season. But we won
When he had just come back from an injury all year too, didn't he? That game.
the next year. The next year.
That was the next year. Okay.
Yeah. But the year we beat the Patriots and beat the Ravens.
Okay, because we were knocked out the first round when he came back from injury
Yeah,
that
he
year.
was the
wasn't
number
we?
one seed. Yeah, and we went against
Yeah.
the Bengals. And he threw an interception in the clutch to set up a field goal for him. But that's past. I let it go. Shout out Ryan Tannehill, one of the best
Yeah.
quarterbacks. Titans
So
history.
yeah, but to all those haters out there that act like we're like the biggest dog crap team ever that existed, man, it wasn't that long ago. We were like competing for a spot in the playoffs consistently every
Number one
year.
seed.
So,
Yes, sir. You did, block.
we might not have as many conference championships as some other teams in the league, but hey,
The Colts have the most for sure, but we're
Yeah.
second.
somehow the Texans got more than us. I don't know how, but
It's all good. Well, we'll be back later this week for our preview of the last game of the season, Titans Jags. We love Jags tears over here. So, but shout out CPN, like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and we'll be doing. Even though the Titans will be out of the playoffs, we'll still come on and talk Titans, but then we'll also give some playoff
Yeah.
predictions and stuff like that. Talk playoff football as well. On that,
yeah, I'm down.
it's a check, please. This one's on Devil Dog.
All right, man, y'all go check out AFC South show.